Let's get on Thacker and Final Destination Bloodlines is the latest Final Destination movie, where this time we see a young woman trying to save her family from death as it comes around to wipe them all out, as her grandmother escaped death long ago and was able to avoid it long enough to have a family. A little background on my history with this franchise. I'd always heard of Final Destination, but I didn't actually really know what it was about. But with the 6th Final Destination coming soon, I decided to finally watch all the Final Destination movies. And man, this is not a very good franchise. I don't think it's a bad franchise, like as a whole. I actually think there's only one bad film in this franchise. But I think there's only 3 good movies in this franchise. And those are Final Destination, Final Destination 5, and Final Destination Bloodlines. I'll give more of my deeper thoughts on this franchise when I do my ranking. Like and subscribe, stay tuned for that. But as I said, I think Final Destination Bloodlines is one of the few good movies in this franchise, but I also think it is the best Final Destination movie. Not necessarily my favorite, again stay tuned for the ranking, but Final Destination Bloodlines is really good. For one, this is such a refreshing Final Destination movie. The aspect of death going after this entire family is new and unique. A big complaint everyone has with this franchise, no matter how much you love it, is that these are very repetitive movies. And as someone who just watched all 5 in preparation for this one, it's not very repetitive. But not just the story, but how this movie feels and looks makes it feel so distinct. There were moments where I kind of forgot I was watching a Final Destination movie, because it feels pretty different, but in a really good way. And these might be the best characters in this entire franchise. This family is engaging. You actually care about them and want to see them succeed and beat death. This also has a great opening disaster. Final Destination is known for its opening disasters, and this is one of the best. It's exciting, it gets you to the movie, it's well paced, it's really built up, it's suspenseful, it's definitely the best looking disaster in this franchise, and there's a lot of layers to it.
Onions have layers.
And like all the Final Destination movies, if you haven't seen the other films, you can still jump into this one. Of course, there are a few references to the other films. When I say few, I mean a few. This is one of the most standalone Final Destination movies. The effects in this video are also pretty good. They're all computer effects, and I would have loved if there was mixed between computer and practical, like the earlier FD movies. It would have made them look and even feel better, but especially compared to a lot of effects nowadays in recent movies, these look pretty good. And the kills are also pretty solid. These kills are goofy, but they're not cartoony. The big complaint with the later FD movies is that the kills are so over the top and cartoonish. But these kills ride that line really well, being goofy but not cartoony. I don't really have a lot of complaints with this movie. This is an overall solid movie, and a really good Final Destination movie. If you want to see a fun horror film, or if you're a big FD fan, then I recommend it. But now we're getting to spoilers. I've seen some people complain that they wish this movie introduced new rules and lore about death and how it works, how to survive it. A lot of FD movies do that. That's a pretty common horror sequel thing to do. Bloodlines doesn't do that, and I am really glad it didn't. I don't mind the new rules being introduced in the sequels, but sometimes, mainly FD2, it gets a bit complicated. These are the same rules that's already been established, but it does give us some backstory on Tony Todd's character, who's been in almost all these movies. He's the biggest connector throughout this franchise, and it's always a treat when he pops up. As he sadly passed away last year, this is his final movie. And the last words we hear from this character, even though it wasn't intentional, got me a bit emotional. This is an actor I really liked and respected, and apparently some of his dialogue in the film was improvised by him. I think this was a good send-off to a fantastic actor. Rest in peace, Candyman. And in that same scene, we get little on to FD2 and FD5. Again, just some nice little connections that don't feel forced. And like almost every single Final Destination movie, the characters all end up dying by the end of the film. This one caused by a train, which was set up really well at the beginning of the film, which causes logs from a log truck, crushing our last 2 main characters. A fun death scene, and of course a callback to FD2. But again, I really like Final Destination Bloodlines. It's really good, I recommend it. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, then consider liking and subscribing. Bye guys for now, bye guys, Thacker.